With worldwide vaccinations at an all-time high, it looks like humanity is finally closer to reaching a point of normality in the fight against the global health situation. And with normality comes the ability to travel from the confines of our tiny apartments to the most distant and exciting places the world has to offer. So, in anticipation of countries opening up their borders once more and international vacations becoming a thing again, where are the destinations everyone's going to want to visit? Before we get into the video, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss anything we post. Whether you're in the midst of planning your own vacation or just want to know more about the world at large, stay right where you are, as we're about to explore some of the most visited countries throughout the entire world and what they have to offer. So strap yourselves in and get ready to depart, as we're about to go international. Number 20. Netherlands. First up, we have the Netherlands, which is said to bring in around 80% of its travelers from surrounding countries in Europe, since travel to and around the continent is pretty easy and inexpensive. That being said, tourists from all over the Americas and then Asia also visit the country on an annual basis, with Amsterdam often being heralded as the people's choice. Home of both historic museums and a nightlife scene that is often described as vibrant and quirky, Netherlands is attractive to people from all walks of life. The country's lax marijuana laws are also considered by many to be a high point. Excuse the pun. Number 19. Poland. Thanks to its illustrious history and rich Jewish heritage, Poland is another destination in Europe that hosts a number of tourists on an annual basis. With a collection of medieval castles, incredible dishes, and untouched pieces of nature, Poland is perfect for those who have always wanted to travel Europe but have been deterred due to the large crowds of places like Germany and France. It must also be said that it's home to 15 UNESCO World Heritage Sites, which is the most in Central Eastern Europe. Suffice it to say, you'll have more than enough to see. Number 18. Canada. Canada finds itself next up on our list, with its tourism industry accounting for around $33.9 billion of the country's GDP. And while most visitors come from the neighboring United States, it must be said that surveys have shown that both Chinese and UK citizens have a love for the Great North. From viewing the Canadian side of Niagara Falls to exploring the bustling metropolis of Toronto, tourists have trouble fitting everything into a short trip. And with wildlife like polar bears and beluga whales on show, who wouldn't want to travel north for a bit? Number 17. Portugal. Portugal owes much of its European tourism growth to its position in the Mediterranean, which boasts crystal clear blue waters and serves as one of the most beautiful places in the world if you're interested in good food and relaxation. The majority of the country also has a host of unspoiled beaches that tourists find irresistible, along with castles steeped in history. It's also considered to be one of the safest European countries to travel to, which is more than enough to get us off our couch and into the water. Number 16. Russia. Speaking of the polar opposite, Russia comes in next on our list, with tourism in the country having been boosted by its hosting of the 2018 FIFA World Cup. Even more so, a change in visa regulations back in 2019 caused a heavy influx of Chinese citizens traveling to the motherland in an attempt to see everything the country has to offer. Spanning an extraordinary 6.6 million square miles, Russia comes packed with incredible tourist cities like Moscow and St. Petersburg, but also has hidden gems like the often overlooked ancient town of Suzdal. Number 15. Malaysia. Thanks to its natural parks, rainforests, and clusterings of wildlife, Malaysia also finds its way onto our list and has tourists feeling calm and relaxed with a temperature of around 68 to 86 degrees Fahrenheit all year round. Although the majority of tourists travel into the country from the rest of Asia, it must be said that a vision plan of 2020 has aimed to attract a further 30 million travelers from outside of this pocket in the next decade or so. In other words, you can expect to see some special prices when it comes to exploring the Hindu temples and caves that Malaysia has an abundance of. Number 14. Hong Kong. It might be true that recent protests and political unrest have struck hard at the heart of Hong Kong over the last few years, but it surprisingly remains one of the most visited places on the face of the earth. A fascinating blend of Western and Chinese culture, the shores of the country are steeped in history and a complicated past, which can be seen in its attention to detail. Last but not least, Hong Kong is truly the city that never sleeps and offers an incredible number of affordable Michelin-rated restaurants that are sure to make you drool. Number 13. Greece. Sporting an incredible number of 2 million visitors annually for the last couple of years, Greece takes up the next spot on our list and introduces tourists to some of the most ancient spots in the world. From its whitewashed homes of Santorini to the abundance of Greek statues and ruins that date all the way back to the Roman Empire, you'll have to take your camera with you for this vacation. Number 12. Austria. Although only the 12th on our list, Austria is actually first when it comes to per capita tourism in Europe and gives tourists the opportunity to actively enjoy their vacation by participating in a number of activities. Austria's Alps, for example, allow for hiking in the summer and skiing in the winter, with many other visitors choosing to either mountain bike or explore its many alpine lakes instead. Number 11. Japan. Next up is Japan, which is said to have some of the kindest and most respectful inhabitants in the world. Tourists from all over flock to the Asian country to get a glimpse of the various cultural shrines spread across the land, as well as taste authentic ramen as it should be made. Lastly, with everything from a Pokemon museum to curious vending machines, Japan is the place to be if you're a fan of the anime genre. Number 10. United Kingdom. For decades now, the UK has been one of the most beloved vacation spots for those all over the world, with many family members often immigrating to the area and receiving their families on an annual basis. From the open green fields of Northern Ireland to the sights that can be taken in when exploring London, the UK literally has it all. You might just want to take a coat though, as it can get pretty cold over there. Number 9. Thailand. Considered by most travelers to be the most inexpensive country to travel to, Thailand comes in at 9th on our list overall and looks to be moving up the list with the introduction of the forthcoming tourism plans. Whether you'd prefer to walk the streets of Bangkok and haggle with the street merchants, or have more of a penchant for luxury getaways, you'll be able to find a place for yourself in this largest portion of Southeast Asia. And while you're there, you'll have to take a picture at Phi Phi Island, which has become the country's very own icon in the world of social media. Number 8. Germany. Visited mostly by fellow Europeans and citizens from the United States, Germany is a country steeped in history and needs more than a few days to explore fully. The country is known for its incredible number of breweries, spirited cities, thought-provoking historical attractions, and vast forests which cover around 1/3 of the entire nation. But it is the Brandenburg Gate, which dates back to 1791, that takes most visitors' breath away, being a powerful symbol of unity ever since the fall of the Berlin Wall. Number 7. Mexico. Although plagued by poverty and inequality, Mexico comes in at number 7 on our list of most traveled countries, mostly due to its postcard-perfect beaches and diverse cuisine. Who wouldn't want to have a taste of a genuine tortilla or churro, right? It must also be said that over the last decade, Mexico has sunk quite a bit of money into the tourism industry, building a few landmarks which highlight its ancient history, cultural institutions, and vast natural beauty. From canyons to waterfalls, nature lovers will feel right at home in Mexico. Number 6. Turkey. Surprisingly, after experiencing a slump in 2016 due to political troubles and terrorist attacks, Turkey finds itself at the 6th position on our list, being the perfect combination of East meets West. By exploring the country, you'll come across a number of culturally significant mosques, colorful bazaars, and incredible attractions. So if you're a lover of Disney's Aladdin, look no further, as Turkey is the perfect place for you. Number 5. Italy. Italy has always been a beloved country to travel to because of the sheer number of historical landmarks its various cities have to offer. From St. Paul's Cathedral to the Colosseum in Rome, you'll be running out of space on your camera in no time. And while Venice is by far the most popular city in all of Italy to visit, it must be said that the vineyards of Tuscany just outside of Rome shouldn't be missed. Who can really say no to an incredible glass of wine after all? Number 4. China. Coming in at number 4 is China, which not only hosts some of the most incredible sights in the world, but holds the largest population as well. As such, Chinese tourists are by far the greatest in number when it comes to exploring the vast lands of the country. And with villages dating back to thousands of years, marvels like the Great Wall, and high-intensity cities like Beijing spread throughout, you'll need an entire year to see everything that the country has to offer. Number 3. The United States. Coming in at number 3 on our list, the US is comprised of a number of states which all claim to have the best of the best when it comes to everything under the sun. And with some of the most iconic cities in the world and thriving national park systems, visitors are almost never bored. Number 2. Spain. Next on our list is Spain, which comes packed with a number of untouched beaches, architecturally significant sites, natural wonders, and of course, historical dances. It feels like every day spent in this country is a fiesta, causing visitors of the country to not only feel relaxed, but welcomed by the general public, making it an incredible place to visit. Number 1. France. And coming in at number 1 on our list is France, which has often been described as not only the best place to sit and eat some incredible food, but as well to marvel at impressive structures ranging from the Eiffel Tower to the Louvre Museum, where visitors can look upon the one and only Mona Lisa. Suffice it to say, you don't want to miss out on this little European gem. But what do you think of our list? Any countries you think we forgot about? Let us know in the comments section down below.